Hi everyone, thank you for coming back to my channel again. Last time we left at this point where we created a basic test web page in HTML and saw the output in our browser. Now I'm going to explain you in a bit more detail. I'll go back to my presentation again, which I saved on a Google Drive and which I can share always with you in a through the slides, so you can always see, go back and check the contents of what we have covered, although it was quite a lot of work to make these documents. Okay, this was the page I created in front of you using the Sublime text editor. And I told you can just type HTML and it can create the whole thing for you if you press tab. And if you want to type, I would strongly recommend initially you should type the whole document. And when I make the next videos or something, I'll try to type so that you can see typing speed. You improve that way as well, and how to indent your code, and there are so many how to comment your code. So that to create a basic structure is fine, but for more complex websites you won't find all the shortcuts. Obviously you'll declare your own HTML documents. But coming back to this, as you can see, the very first line on to the HTML document is showing the doc type. This is basically tells computer this particular file, the code I'm writing, this is going to be a HTML document. The type of the document is going to be HTML. So in future we'll be making PHP documents, JavaScript, CSS, so many other things. So at the moment we are dealing with HTML, and this is we are trying to tell to our browser. Number two is a HTML. The Well, I'll come to HTML point, but first, if you see, uh, I have a HTML and closing HTML at the bottom. But first, let me cover the header part of it, where I write this is, remember I wrote this is my first title or whatever. This title is quite important. This header section of the website is defining the meta information about the website. When you visit the websites, any website, you will see a very small title running on the very top of the web browser. For example, if you see the current browser, that title on a very top, that is coming from, basically, if I open that page, if I view the source of a page, it's coming here because of this coding. So any website, and when you search any, for example, if I search legendscloud .co.uk website, and if that's, by the way, it's my own website. If I click on that, um, if I view the source, and if you see, the title is Web Design and Digital Marketing Agency in Banbury, UK. So that same title is appearing onto onto the top of the browser. So if you see another website, for example, duro.co.uk, that's one of another my project I done few months ago, few years ago, in fact. So if you see here, we have workshop furniture and stuff. But another important thing about the meta information is anything you provide here is gonna get indexed by Google. Google basically recognize it, picks up the title and meta description from here, and that's how you can say that this website has a good SEO and good ranking and stuff. So if you write something, if you don't type direct URLs, if you type, for example, workshop furniture, so if I go here, and as you can see, if I scroll to all the way to the bottom, that is a duro.co.uk website coming up, and that title is, again, this is a title we provided. When Google shows any results, all the first blue line is a title of the page, and the meta description of if you see that, that is coming from the meta description, and that's a title. So Meta is the next thing you can provide. Obviously, I'm going to go into the detail when we make a real project. As you can see, you can provide the meta descriptions as well, and you can provide so many keywords to improve the SEO. But that's not over. SEO is not over topic right now. But if you see the head part is first, it takes the title and meta information. Also, when we start the CSS part, you can link your style sheets uh, here. For example, if you provide a link and you write CSS like styles.css, and in that style sheet you can add your own custom styles, but that's again not our topic today. But the header part is important. All the links, all the meta information is kept into the header part of the page. And it's like a human body. The header information is in the head, and the body is in the body, and all that sort of scenario. If you go in the C++ or anywhere, you'll see the header is containing the linked files, includes to studio.h and conio.h and these things. So the information which is required to run that page you can provide in the header of the website. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but when we go further in the complex jobs, I'll go into further details. That's the header part. Body is basically the main content area of the website. If you go onto this website, this has a header, the menu, it has lots of products, and it has logos, it has lots of data. So all this white part after that header part of the browser, anything in this area is called the body part of the page. So we'll make lots of sections in the body part depending on what page we are making. So the body is the main sort of area of work. And at the end you can see the HTML closing and opening tags. They basically define the HTML document. So this is what I try to explain with the help of animations here in the slides, which you can get at the end of the lesson also, so you can review. So if I quickly review what we covered, that was a document. Then I told you about doc type defines the document type. Then title comes as a meta title in a Google results and meta information. And then you have a body, the man working area, and the HTML part is the basically opening and closing HTML tags, basically this HTML document. So I'm also writing for your remembrance. If somebody asks you what's a doc type, what's HTML, what's head, what's title, body, and then I wrote H and P. But obviously I'm going to go into the details of all more basic HTML elements in the coming lessons. But for now, whatever I used, I thought let's put everything in a text so you know what we have covered. Excuse me. So this was all about the lesson number 2, which was about the basic HTML document. You know what you have coded now. In the next videos lesson, what I will do is I'll start coding, not coding, in fact coding, yes. I'll start coding the basic tags, all the tags of HTML, whatever you may need during the development of any website. So what I'll do is I'll explain, for example, paragraphs, headings, tables, lists, and anchor tags, or any other iframes, or any other thing. So let's see and take it from the next video. So I'll see you next time. Bye.